Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. You're in for a bit of a treat. We've got some breaking news and a royal roundup. Let's see what everybody's doing. But before we start, I just want to say that everything that I use on these videos comes from the public domain. All thoughts and opinions are my own. And just if you want to look into something, go ahead. There's all kinds of information out there. So first of all, this might look a little different, might sound a little different, who knows. The camera on my laptop decided to just not work today. So I'm recording this on my phone, so I'm trying it for the very first time. Hopefully it's good. Now, we can start with some breaking news, and however innocuous it sounds, I kind of find this kind of thing interesting. Just a few hours ago, it was reported that Queen Consort Camilla has canceled all engagements for the, immediate future kind of thing, because she has tested positive for COVID. Now, less than 12 hours ago, when the story first broke, when the palace first made an announcement of her canceling engagements, they said it was because she was suffering from a seasonal illness. So what do you think about that? That's allergies. And somebody in the palace said, nah, it's not even mid-February. It's too early for allergy season. We gotta call it something people are gonna believe, COVID. Nobody will question that. I mean, this is where my cynical mind goes, especially when the story changes within 24 hours. I guess we'll see. That's one to watch. See how Camilla's doing. See how long she's out of commission for. So that's breaking news. Now we have the lawsuit that Samantha Markle has raised against Meghan. Basically, Meghan lied, saying she was an only child, and different defamatory comments against Samantha Markle. So she's got this lawsuit going, and apparently, even though the judge did say there may be elements of the case against Meghan that may be thrown out, like, see, Meghan's lawyers want the whole thing thrown out. And the judge said, well, there might be 1 or 2 points, but there's a whole lot here that's valid, so we're going to let it go ahead. And indeed, they have deadlines for things like discovery. They're going to allow that to go ahead. And if all goes forward the way it looks like it may, forget the summer novel. This is what we're going to be watching. If it goes the way Samantha Markle's lawyers want it to go, Harry and Meghan will be obligated to testify or be deposed. I'm not sure what the legal term is, but they're going to be questioned, and I don't know if it's going to be live, but certainly video camera. It's going to be taped in that regard, and they'll be under oath. So this could get very, very interesting. So that law case is still ongoing, hasn't been thrown out despite Meghan's best efforts. So Meghan and Harry aren't going to like that too much. And another lawsuit, thanks to Harry, may be brewing. Apparently, he's had his lawyers look into if there's anything that they can sue Sasha Wolpert for coming forward with her story. But now here's the thing. Harry put the story in Spare, how an older woman, I mean, she was 2 years older, he was exaggerating, took his virginity in a field outside a pub and da-da-da. And I mean, apparently, because the people that were there that evening, there was a group of them, they were all young, between 17 and 20. Some worked on the estate, some lived nearby, some local kids. That Harry was a part of this group, and they all used to kind of pal around together. And they were at the pub that night, and it had been Sarah's birthday, and she'd just broken up with a guy, and Harry was being a nice guy at the time, will buy a few drinks, and he bought her a present. I mean, they were friends, and what between friends doesn't happen? I mean, the encounter itself is a story that's been replayed 1,000 times. A couple of friends and too many drinks and things happen, and it just happened to happen there, and just happened to be Prince Harry. And so it was kind of common knowledge among all the kids that hung out and all the locals. And for all this time, over 20 years, every one of those people that knew what was going on, I mean, everybody, all their friends knew what happened. All those people kept quiet for 20 years, in deference to Harry. They weren't going to betray that kind of confidence. But Harry can put this in his book. And there's already a whole community of people that, after reading that, will know exactly who he's talking about. And out of those people, after all this time, might there be some talk? It would come up again. And maybe one of those people would be convinced to talk to the press, because, of course, with an admission like that in the book, the press was all about, well, we got to find out what woman this was. I mean, there's other older women in the media, Liz Hurley among them, that had to come out and say, it wasn't me. There was 3 or 4 of them that denied the story being about them. And so Sasha Walpole, here she is. Everybody knows. People are starting to talk about it. It's only going to be time until the press finds out, or that somebody opens up for money. And she thought, well, if I'm going to be humiliated and it's going to happen anyway, I might as well be the one to tell the story. So she did. I mean, she was kind of forced to come out and humiliate herself in public so that others wouldn't do that to her. She had at least some control of it. And yeah, she's getting paid for this. But after having been loyal to Prince Harry for all these years, never saying a word of it until, until word of this getting out would be damaging to her, that she had to actually do something. So, she deserves the money she gets. And now apparently Harry is talking with his lawyers, like, is there any way that they can sue her for coming out and saying, yeah, it was her, and talking about it. He's not too happy about that. But these are what these people are like. They don't mind betraying anybody's confidence, but they'll sue you, That's just the way they are. So I hope she gets all the money in the world. I hope she wins. I mean, it's one thing to be humiliated. And then he's coming out trying to, see if he can come after her again. I mean, that's just terrible. And so we'll see what happens there. But I hope she wins out. And there's still talk with the coronation. Will they or won't they? Will Charles or won't he? Charles is in a bad position. Because if he doesn't invite them, he looks bad. He looks spiteful and petty. And if he does invite them, he's inviting all kinds of drama and trouble that he doesn't need. So either way, it's not good. And like what I have said in a previous video, the solution to this, in his weekly meeting with the Prime Minister, King Charles should be saying to Rishi Sunak, listen, there's an issue here, and you can help me with this. And there's precedent to this as well, legal and governmental precedent to this as well. What has to be done is Rishi Sunak, as Prime Minister, has to declare that Harry not only isn't welcome, but isn't allowed to attend the coronation. Back in Churchill's day, upon, I think, King George V, the Queen's father, when it was time for his coronation after King Edward abdicated, and King Edward, just like Harry, was interfering in the government, saying things and trying to build his own court. And I mean, watch my videos on the time loop. It's the same thing playing itself out again. Anyway, we won't go into that here. Churchill had to tell the Duke of Windsor, who had previously been king, had to tell him, you and Wallace are not welcome at the coronation because it'll just cause too much trouble. You can't come. And this is what Rishi Sunak has to do with Harry and Meghan. And if it comes from the Prime Minister, it sort of takes the sting out of Charles of having to do it, you see. So this is what I think. This is a solution that could be done, and everybody would save face by it. But we'll see. We don't know yet. Will they, won't they? What's going on? That's all up in the air right now. If we hear anything solid, let you know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. Share this video if you think you know people that would enjoy it. And we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, everybody.